Hello everyone, this is Dflekd here from Firm But Fair Gaming, bringing you a hardwire Seeker build video. The Seeker build with hardwire is fantastic. Crazy DPS, super low recharge. It is just one of my favorite overall. Now, I'll be going into this video and giving you all the tips and tricks as per usual. I will show you how to use the hardwire set at the end of the video. Now, of course, we are using the demo spec. It gives you the extra 10% damage. I played around with the technician, but I really didn't need any other boost to it. I didn't need the +1 skill tier, as everything I have is already skill tier. That being said, I might play with it a little more to see if some weapon damage might help. After this build video, you will see that I've actually changed the AR to a shotgun, and I will show you that at the end of the video. So, diving right into it, we are using demo spec again, and that's because of the extra explosive damage. I wanted as much explosive as I can get. I am using the concussion grenades because they do 3 times the damage as the frag grenades. They don't apply bleed, but I don't need to worry about that because none of my guns take that effect. Using the Surge Rifle. I'm using this because headshots grant 25% skill damage for 8 seconds. It's not the best rolled rifle in the world, and I still can roll it. I just don't really care to do it at this time. I just put a scope on for headshot damage, the extra 10 rounds, some stability on the rifle because these things hop pretty quick. And this video I'm actually using Glory Days. It was just I like the assault rifle. It shoots very well. It's got the 100% stability, max accuracy. It's great. You can see with the mods, it's just optimal range to kind of offset the perfect nearsighted, the extra rounds, and double crit chance. For your sidearm, it really doesn't matter. I never pull this weapon out, but perfect breadbasket and landing body shots ups your headshot damage is alright. But I rarely, almost never use the sidearm. For a mask, I am using the Wyvern mask because of the skill damage, plus 10%, and I max the skill damage with the reroll. Very important to try and stack as much skill damage as you can. Do not really worry about skill haste. It's not necessary with the hardwire set. I just happen to have skill haste mods because you can't put damage mods in. The first piece of hardwire I am running is the chest piece. Hardwire gives you 15% skill haste, 15% skill damage, and 15% skill repair. Whenever you use or cancel a skill, your skill is automatically refreshed. Total skill damage and repair increase by 10% for 20 seconds. This can occur at most once per 20 seconds. Now I do have to get a higher damage roll on a chest piece so I can re-roll that in. And once I do that, it will push me around probably 3 million on the Seekers. But increased feedback loop skill damage and repair bonus from 10% to 25% is why I run the chest. I use the holster for my second piece, and I still also need to re-roll the skill damage on that. The knee pads as my third piece. I could get a better skill damage, but it's pretty good so far. I'm using the China Light gloves strictly for the bonus explosive damage, 15%. Skill damage is maxed out at plus 10, and status effect. I just use these for multiple different builds, so this one has status effect as a secondary. But again, that stat does not matter. Basically, you just want +1 skill tier on all your gear and as much skill damage as you can get. The last piece I am using for hardwire will be the backpack. The reason I'm using it is I have a max roll of plus 10 skill damage, but decrease feedback loop from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. Very, very important. You want the 10 seconds because throwing those Seekers out every 10 seconds is just fun. I am running Seekers. My Seekers hit for 2.84 million damage. I have 10 of them. The radius is only 2 meters, but I have a tier 6 skill tier, plus 60% damage, plus 6 cluster mines. This is very, very nice. 10 mines go out. They each hit for 2.8 million. Now, a lot of other people run the artillery turret, and I choose to run the drone, but on my mods for this, it's just another seeker mine, as much damage as I can stack on my seeker mines. I didn't really have any good rolls for anything else, so damage and another mine isn't bad. The drone I use for one purpose, and that is to refresh my seekers. Yes, it will do a little bit of healing for those 10 seconds, but not overly important. If you want to throw an artillery turret out, you can. If you want to throw whatever you want, just use something with a low cooldown. You can also switch your weapon to the Baker's Dozen or the classic M1A for your secondary. Actually, at the end of the video, I show it with shotgun, just because the shotgun has some nice features. Now I'll show you some gameplay on how to use the hardwire set. We'll put it on challenging. I was on hard just to mess around with some things, just to see. The hard, I wanted to really get through the hunter mass, so I just didn't bother changing the world level back. But when you're running around trying to kill those hunters and group spawns on you, it's much nicer when they are on hard and not challenging or heroic. But you'll see here on challenging, you have no problem running through anything. You can stay behind. You barely even need to shoot your gun. If you can find someone to headshot, that's a bonus. If not, it's not really a big deal, as 2.8 million does a lot of damage. Now, the best part about the hardwire set is when you run in, you can actually use it back to back, which is a great advantage to the hardwire. So I'll just take some cover here, throw out the seekers. Once they explode, launch your drone, you'll refresh your seekers, throw out the seekers again, and now you've just double seekered people. Now, the little trick to the seekers, if you watch the countdown, I wait till it says 22, so you can start it a bit early. Start it at 23, but you'll be able to get rid of your drone and throw out the seekers again. And when the countdown on your seekers gets back down to 22, you can relaunch your drone and you would have seekers again. Unfortunately, not everything lives that long, so this was the easiest way to do it. And if you have any questions on that hardwire demo build, just don't be afraid to leave a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and you can see all the other build videos coming out. This is Dflekd with Firm But Fair Gaming. I have recently switched my secondary from the Glory Days to the Send-Off Shotgun. You can craft this at the table. This was actually my first attempt at crafting one, and I got a pretty decent roll on it. Shotgun damage, damaged armor. Now, the reason I traded this out for the AR, the talent on it is much better suited for the hardwire set. Perfectly rooted, well equipped, and in cover. All skill damage and healing is increased by 30% for 15 seconds. Buff is lost when exiting cover. Can occur once every 60 seconds. This is great for the build and will just help out your seekers that much more. So, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thank you, and Dflekd from Firm But Fair Gaming.